Hello everyone. Question is, your company built a TensorFlow neural network model with a large number of neurons and layers. The model fits well for the training data. However, when tested against new data, it performs poorly. What method can you employ to address this? Option A, threading. Option B, serialization. Option C, dropout methods. Option D, dimensionality reduction. Correct answer is option C. Question is, you are building a model to make clothing recommendations. You know a user's fashion preference is likely to change over time. So you build a data pipeline to stream new data back to the model as it becomes available. How should you use this data to train the model? Option A, continuously retrain the model on just the new data. Option B, continuously retrain the model on a combination of existing data and the new data. Option C, train on the existing data while using the new data as your test set. Option D, train on the new data while using the existing data as your test set. Correct answer is option C. Question is, you designed a database for patient records as a pilot project to cover a few hundred patients in 3 clinics. Your design used a single database table to represent all patients and their visits, and you used self-joins to generate reports. The server resource utilization was at 50%. Since then, the scope of the project has expanded. The database must now store 100 times more patient records. You can no longer run the reports because they either take too long or they encounter errors with insufficient compute resources. How should you adjust the database design? Option A, add capacity, that is memory and disk space, to the database server by the order of 200. Option B, sort the tables into smaller ones based on the date ranges and only generate reports with per specified date ranges. Option C, normalize the master patient records table into the patient table and the visit tables and create other necessary tables to avoid join self-join. Option D, partition the table into smaller tables with one for each clinic. Run queries against the smaller table pairs and use unions for consolidated reports. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, you create an important report of your large team in Google Data Studio 360. The report uses Google BigQuery as its data source. You notice that visualizations are not showing data that is less than 1 hour old. What should you do? Option A, disable caching by editing the report settings. Option B, disable caching in BigQuery by editing table details. Option C, refresh your browser tabs showing the visualizations. Option D, clear your browser history for the past hour, then reload the tabs showing the visualizations. Correct answer is option A. Question is, an external customer provides you with a daily dump of data from their database. The data flows into Google Cloud Storage (GCS) as comma-separated value CSV files. You want to analyze this data in Google BigQuery, but the data could have rows that are formatted incorrectly or corrupted. How should you build this pipeline? Option A, use federated data sources and check data in the SQL query. Option B. Enable BigQuery monitoring in Google Stackdriver and create an alert. Option C. Import the data into BigQuery using the gcloud CLI and set max_bad_records to 0. Option D. Run a Google Cloud Dataflow batch pipeline to import the data into BigQuery and push errors to another dead letter table for analysis. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, your weather app queries a database every 15 minutes to get the current temperature. The front end is powered by Google App Engine and serves millions of users. How should you design the front end to respond to a database failure? Option A. Issue a command to restart the database servers. Option B. Retry the query with exponential backoff up to a cap of 15 minutes. Option C. Retry the query every seconds until it comes back online to minimize staleness of data. Option D. Reduce the query frequency to once every hour until the database comes back online. Correct answer is option B. Question is, you are creating a model to predict housing prices. Due to budget constraints, you must run it on a single resource constrained virtual machine. Which learning algorithm should you use? Option A. Linear regression. Option B. Logistic classification. Option C. Recurrent neural network. Option D. Feed-forward neural network. Correct answer is option A. Question is, you are building new real-time data warehouse for your company and will use BigQuery streaming inserts. There is no guarantee that data will only be sent in once, but you do have a unique ID for each row of data and an event timestamp. You want to ensure that duplicates are not included while interactively querying data. Which query type should you use? Option A. Include order by disk on timestamp column and limit to 1. Option B. Use group by on the unique ID column and timestamp column and sum on the values. Option C. Use the lag window function with partition by unique ID along with where lag is not null. Option D. Use the row underscore number window function with partition by unique ID along with where row equals to 1. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, your company is using wildcard tables to query data across multiple tables with similar names. The SQL statement is currently failing with the following error. Which table name will make the SQL statement work correctly? Please see the options. Correct answer is option B. Question is, your company is in a highly regulated industry. One of your requirements is to ensure individual users have access only to the minimum amount of information required to do their jobs. You want to enforce this requirement with Google BigQuery. Which three approaches can you take? Option A. Disable rights to certain tables. Option B. Restrict access to tables by rule. Option C. Ensure that the data is encrypted at all times. Option D. Restrict BigQuery API access to approved users. Option E. Segregate data across multiple tables or databases. Option F. Use Google Stackdriver audit logging to determine policy violations. Correct answer is option B, D, and option F. Question is, you are designing a basket abandonment system for an e-commerce company. The system will send a message to a user based on these rules. No interaction by the user on the site for 1 hour. Has added more than $30 worth of products to the basket. Has not completed a transaction. You use Google Cloud Data Flow to process the data and decide if a message should be sent. How should you design the pipeline? Option A. Use a fixed time window with a duration of 60 minutes. Option B. Use a sliding time window with a duration of 60 minutes. Option C. Use a session window with a gap time duration of 60 minutes. Option D. Use a global windows with a time-based trigger with a delay of 60 minutes. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, your company handles data processing for a number of different clients. Each client prefers to use their own suite of analytics tools, with some allowing direct query access via Google BigQuery. You need to secure the data so that clients cannot see each other's data. You want to ensure appropriate access to the data. Which 3 steps should you take? Option A. Load data into different partitions. Option B. Load data into a different data set for each client. Option C. Put each client's BigQuery dataset into a different table. Option D. Restrict a client's dataset to approved users. Option E. Only allow a service account to access the datasets. Option F. Use the appropriate identity and access management IAM rules for each client's users. Correct answer is option B, D, and option F. Question is, you want to process payment transactions in a point-of-sale application that will run on Google Cloud Platform. Your user base could grow exponentially, but you do not want to manage infrastructure scaling. Which Google database service should you use? Option A. Cloud SQL. Option B. BigQuery. Option C. Cloud Bigtable. Option D. Cloud Data Store. Correct answer is option A. Question is, you want to use database of information about tissue samples to classify future tissue samples as either normal or mutated. You are evaluating an unsupervised anomaly detection method for classifying the tissue samples. Which 2 characteristics support this method? Option A. There are very few occurrences of mutations relative to normal samples. Option B. There are roughly equal occurrences of both normal and mutated samples in the database. Option C. You expect future mutations to have different features from the mutated samples in the database. Option D. You expect future mutations to have similar features to the mutated samples in the database. Option E. You already have labels for which samples are mutated and which are normal in the database? Correct answer is option A and option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, you need to store and analyze social media postings in Google BigQuery at a rate of 10,000 messages per minute in near real time. Initially design the application to use streaming inserts for individual postings. Your application also performs data aggregations right after the streaming inserts. You discover that the queries after streaming inserts do not exhibit strong consistency and reports from the queries might miss in-flight data. How can you adjust your application design? Option A. Rewrite the application to load accumulated data every 2 minutes. Option B. Convert the streaming insert code to batch load for individual messages. Option C. Load the original message to Google Cloud SQL and export the table every hour to BigQuery via streaming inserts. Option D. Estimate the average latency for data availability after streaming inserts and always run queries after waiting twice as long. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, your startup has never implemented a formal security policy. Currently, everyone in the company has access to the datasets stored in Google BigQuery. Teams have freedom to use the service as they see fit and they have not documented their use cases. You have been asked to secure the data warehouse. You need to discover what everyone is doing. What should you do first? Option A. Use Google Stackdriver audit logs to review data access. Option B. Get the identity and access management IAM policy of each table. Option C. Use Stackdriver monitoring to see the uses of BigQuery query slots. Option D. Use the Google Cloud Billing API to see what account the warehouse is being billed to. Correct answer is option A. Question is, your company is migrating their 30-node Apache Hadoop cluster to the cloud. They want to reuse Hadoop jobs they have already created and minimize the management of the cluster as much as possible. They also want to be able to persist data beyond the life of the cluster. What should you do? Option A. Create a Google Cloud data flow job to process the data. Option B. Create a Google Cloud Dataproc cluster that uses persistent disks for HDFS. Option C. Create a Hadoop cluster on Google Compute Engine that uses persistent disks. Option D. Create a Cloud Dataproc cluster that uses the Google Cloud Storage Connector. Option E. Create a Hadoop cluster on Google Compute Engine that uses local SSD disks. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, business owners at your company have given you a database of bank transactions. Each row contains the user ID, transaction type, transaction location, and transaction amount. Then you asked to investigate what type of machine learning can be applied to the data. Which three machine learning applications can you use? Option A, supervised learning to determine which transactions are most likely to be fraudulent. Option B, unsupervised learning to determine which transactions are most likely to be fraudulent. Option C, clustering to divide the transactions into n categories based on feature similarity. Option D, supervised learning to predict the location of a transaction. Option E, reinforcement learning to predict the location of a transaction. Option F, unsupervised learning to predict the location of a transaction. Correct answer is option B, C, and option D. Question is, your company's on-premises Apache Hadoop server are approaching end of life and IT has decided to migrate the cluster to Google Cloud Dataproc. A like-for-like migrations of the cluster would require 50 TB of Google persistent disk per node. The CIO is concerned about the cost of using that much block storage. You want to minimize the storage cost of the migration. What should you do? Option A, put the data into Google Cloud Storage. Option B, use printable virtual machines VMs for the Cloud Dataproc cluster. Option C, tune the Cloud Dataproc cluster so that there is just enough disk for all data. Option D, migrate some of the cold data into Google Cloud Storage and keep only the hot data in the persistent disk. Correct answer is option B. Question is, you work for a car manufacturer and have set up a data pipeline using Google Cloud PubSub to capture anomalous sensor events. You are using a push subscription in Cloud PubSub that calls a custom HTTPS endpoint that you have created to take action of these anomalous events as they occur. Your custom HTTPS endpoints keeps getting an inordinate amount of duplicate messages. What is the most likely cause of these duplicate messages? Option A, the message body for the sensor event is too large. Option B, your custom endpoint has an out-of-date SSL certificate. Option C, the Cloud Pub subtopic has too many messages published to it. Option D, your custom endpoint is not acknowledging messages within the acknowledgement deadline. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, your company uses a proprietary system to send inventory data every 6 hours to a data ingestion service in the cloud. Transmitted data includes a payload of several fields and the timestamp of the transmission. If there are any concerns about a transmission, the system retransmits the data. How should you duplicate the data most efficiently? Option A, assign global unique identifiers GUID to each data entry. Option B, compute the hash value of each data entry and compare it with all historical data. Option C, store each data entry as the primary key in a separate database and apply an index. Option D, maintain a database table to store the hash value and other metadata for each data entry. Correct answer is option D. Question is, your company has hired a new data scientist who wants to perform complicated analysis across every large data sets stored in Google Cloud Storage and in a Cassandra cluster on Google Compute Engine. The scientist primarily wants to create labeled datasets for machine learning projects, along with some visualization tasks. She reports that her laptop is not powerful enough to perform her task and it is slowing her down. You want to help her perform her task. What should you do? Option A. Run a local version of Jupyter on the laptop. Option B. Grant the user access to Google Cloud Shell. Option C. Host a visualization tool on a VM on Google Compute Engine. Option D. Deploy Google Cloud Data Lab to a virtual machine VM on Google Compute Engine. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, you are deploying 10,000 new Internet of Things devices to collect temperature data in your warehouses globally. You need to process, store, and analyze these very large data sets in real time. What should you do? Option A. Send the data to Google Cloud Data Store and then export to BigQuery. Option B. Send the data to Google Cloud PubSub, stream Cloud PubSub to Google Cloud Data Flow and store the data in Google BigQuery. Option C. Send the data to cloud storage and then spin up a Apache Hadoop cluster as needed in Google Cloud Dataproc whenever analysis is required. Option D. Export logs in batch to Google Cloud Storage and then spin up a Google Cloud SQL instance. Import the data from cloud storage and run an analysis as needed. Correct answer is option B. Question is, you have spent a few days loading data from comma-separated values CSV files into the Google BigQuery table click_stream. The column DT stores the epoch time of click events. For convenience, you choose a simple schema where every field is treated as the string type. Now you want to compute wave session durations of users who visit your site and you want to change its data type of the timestamp. You want to minimize the migration effort without making future queries computationally expensive. What should you do? Option A. Delete the table, click_stream and then recreate it such that the column DT is of the timestamp type. Reload the data. Option B. Add a column TS of the timestamp type to the table click_stream and populate the numeric values from the column TS for each row. Reference the column TS instead of the column DT from now on. Option C. Create a view click_stream_v where strings from the column DT are cast into timestamp values. Reference the view click_stream_v instead of the table click_stream from now on. Option D. Add two columns to the table click_stream TS of the timestamp type and is_new of the Boolean type. Reload all data in append mode. For each append row, set the value of is_new to true. For future queries, reference the column TS instead of the column DT, with the where clause ensuring that the value of is_new must be true. Option E. Construct a query to return every row of the table click_stream while using the built-in function to cast strings from the column DT into timestamp values. Run the query into a destination table new_click_stream in which the column TS is the timestamp type. Reference the table new underscore click underscore stream instead of the table click underscore stream from now on. In the future, new data is loaded into the table new underscore click underscore stream. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, Flow Logistic wants to use Google BigQuery as their primary analysis system, but they still have Apache Hadoop and Spark workloads that they cannot move to BigQuery. Flow Logistic does not know how to store the data that is common to both workloads. What should they do? Option A. Store the common data in BigQuery as partitioned tables. Option B. Store the common data in BigQuery and expose authorized views. Option C. Store the common data encoded as Avro in Google Cloud Storage. Option D. Store the common data in the HDFS storage for a Google Cloud Dataproc cluster. Correct answer is option B. Question is, given the record streams MZ Telco is interested in ingesting per day, they are concerned about the cost of Google BigQuery increasing. MZ Telco asks you to provide a design solution. They require a single large data table called tracking underscore table. Additionally, they want to minimize the cost of daily queries while performing fine-grained analysis of each day's events. They also want to use streaming in JSON. What should you do? Option A. Create a table called tracking underscore table and include a date column. Option B. Create a partitioned table called tracking underscore table and include a timestamp column. Option C. Create shared tables for each day following the pattern tracking underscore table underscore YYYYMMDD. Option D. Create a table called tracking underscore table with a timestamp column to represent the day. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, what are two of the benefits of using denormalized data structures in BigQuery? Option A. Reduces the amount of data processed, reduces the amount of storage required. Option B. Increases query speed, makes queries simpler. Option C. Reduces the amount of storage required, increases query speed. Option D. Reduces the amount of data processed, increases query speed. Correct answer is option B. Question is, which methods can be used to reduce the number of rows processed by BigQuery? Option A. Splitting tables into multiple tables, putting data in partitions. Option B. Splitting tables into multiple tables, putting data in partitions using the limit clause. Option C. Putting data in partitions using the limit clause. Option D. Splitting tables into multiple tables using the limit clause. Correct answer is option A. Question is, to run a TensorFlow training job on your own computer using Cloud Machine Learning Engine, what would your command start with? Option A. G-Cloud ML Engine Local Train. Option B. G-Cloud ML Engine Jobs Submit Training. Option C. G-Cloud ML Engine Jobs Submit Training Local. Option D. You can't run a TensorFlow program on your computer using Cloud ML engine. Correct answer is option A. Question is, when running a pipeline that has a big query source on your local machine, you continue to get permission denied errors. What could be the reason for that? Option A. Your G-Cloud does not have access to the BigQuery resources. Option B. BigQuery cannot be accessed from local machines. Option C. You are missing G-Cloud on your machine. Option D. Pipelines cannot be run locally. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, you are developing a software application using Google's Dataflow SDK and wants to use conditional, for loop and other complex programming structures to create a branching pipeline. Which component will be used for the data processing operation? Option A. P collection. Option B. Transform. Option C. Pipeline. Option D. Sync API. Correct answer is option B. Question is, what are the minimum permissions needed for a service account used with Google Dataproc? Option A. Execute to Google Cloud Storage, write to Google Cloud Logging. Option B. Write to Google Cloud Storage, read to Google Cloud Logging. Option C. Execute to Google Cloud Storage, execute to Google Cloud Logging. Option D. Read and write to Google Cloud Storage, write to Google Cloud Logging. Correct answer is option D. Question is, scaling a cloud Dataproc cluster typically involves option A. Increasing or decreasing the number of worker nodes. Option B. Increasing or decreasing the number of master nodes. Option C. Moving memory to run more applications on a single node. Option D. Deleting applications from unused nodes periodically. Correct answer is option A. Question is, in order to securely transfer web traffic data from your computer's web browser to the cloud Dataproc cluster, you should use an option A. VPN connection, option B. Special browser, option C. SSH tunnel, option D. FTP connection. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which row keys are likely to cause a disproportionate number of reads and writes on a particular nodes in a big table cluster? Choose two options. Option A. A sequential numeric ID. Option B. A timestamp followed by a stock symbol. Option C. A non-sequential number ID. Option D. A stock symbol followed by a timestamp. Correct answer is option A and option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, which of the following is not a valid use case to select HDD, that is hard disk drives, as the storage for Google Cloud Bigtable? Option A. You expect to store at least 10 TB of data. Option B. You will mostly run batch workloads with scans and writes rather than frequently executing random reads of a small number of rows. Option C, you need to integrate with Google BigQuery. Option D, you will not use the data to back a user-facing or latency-sensitive application. Correct answer is option C. Question is, you are implementing security-based practices on your data pipeline. Currently, you are manually executing jobs as the project owner. You want to automate these jobs by taking nightly batch files containing non-public information from Google Cloud Storage, processing them with a Spark Scala job on a Google Cloud Dataproc cluster, and depositing the results into Google BigQuery. How should you securely run this workload? Option A, restrict the Google Cloud Storage bucket so only you can see the files. Option B, grant the project owner role to a service account and run the job with it. Option C, use a service account with the ability to read the batch files and to write to BigQuery. Option D, use a user account with the project viewer role on the Cloud Dataproc cluster to read the batch files and write to BigQuery. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, your analytics team wants to build a simple statistical model to determine which customers are most likely to work with your company again based on a few different metrics. They want to run the model on Apache Spark using data housed in Google Cloud Storage, and you have recommended using Google Cloud Dataproc to execute this job. Testing has shown that this workload can run in approximately 30 minutes on a 15-node cluster, outputting the results into Google BigQuery. The plan is to run this workload weekly. How should you optimize the cluster for this cost? Option A, migrate the workload to Google Cloud Dataflow. Option B, use preemptible virtual machines VMs for the cluster. Option C, use a higher memory node so that the job runs faster. Option D, use SSDs on the worker nodes so that the job can run faster. Correct answer is option A. Question is, you are designing storage for every large text files for a data pipeline on Google Cloud. You want to support ANSI SQL queries. You also want to support compression and parallel load from the input locations using Google recommended practices. What should you do? Option A, transform text files to compressed Avro using Cloud Dataflow. Use BigQuery for storage and query. Option B, transform text files to compressed Avro using Cloud Dataflow. Use cloud storage and BigQuery permanent linked tables for query. Option C, compress text files to gzip using the grid computing tools. Use BigQuery for storage and query. Option D, compress text files to gzip using the G using the grid computing tools. Use cloud storage and then import into Cloud Bigtable for query. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, your company maintains a hybrid deployment with GCP where analytics are performed on your anonymized customer data. The data are imported to cloud storage from your data center through parallel uploads to a data transfer server running on GCP. Management informs you that the daily transfers takes too long and have asked you to fix the problem. You want to maximize transfer speeds. Which actions should you take? Option A. Increase the CPU size on your server. Option B. Increase the size of the Google Persistent disk on your server. Option C. Increase your network bandwidth from your data center to GCP. Option D. Increase your network bandwidth from compute engine to cloud storage. Correct answer is option C. Question is, you are deploying MariaDB SQL databases on GCE VM instances and need to configure monitoring and alerting. You want to collect metrics including network connections, disk I/O, and replication status for MariaDB with minimal development efforts and use Stackdriver for dashboards and alerts. What should you do? Option A. Install the Open Census agent and create a custom metric collection application with a Stackdriver exporter. Option B. Place the MariaDB instances in an instance group with a health check. Option C. Install the Stackdriver logging agent and configure fluented in underscore tail plugin to read MariaDB logs. Option D. Install the Stackdriver agent and configure the MySQL plugin. Correct answer is option C. Question is, you store historic data in cloud storage. You need to perform analytics on the historic data. You want to use a solution to detect invalid data entries and perform data transformations that will not require programming or knowledge of SQL. What should you do? Option A. Use Cloud Data Flow with Beam to detect errors and perform transformations. Option B. Use Cloud Data Prep with recipes to detect errors and perform transformations. Option C. Use Cloud Data Proc with a Hadoop job to detect errors and perform transformations. Option D. Use federated tables in BigQuery with queries to detect errors and perform transformations. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, you used Cloud Data Prep to create a recipe on a sample of data in a BigQuery table. You want to reuse this recipe on a daily upload of data with the same schema after the load job with variable execution time completes. What should you do? Option A. Create a cron schedule in Cloud Data Prep. Option B. Create an App Engine cron job to schedule the execution of the Cloud Data Prep job. Option C. Export the recipe as a Cloud Data Prep template and create a job in Cloud Scheduler. Option D. Export the Cloud Data Prep job as a Cloud Data Flow template and incorporate it into a Cloud Composer job. Correct answer is option D. Question is, you operate a logistics company and you want to improve every delivery reliability for vehicle-based sensors. You operate small data centers around the world to capture these events, but leased lines that provide connectivity from your event collection infrastructure to your event processing infrastructure are unreliable with unpredictable latency. You want to address this issue in the most cost-effective way. What should you do? Option A. Deploy small Kafka clusters in your data centers to buffer events. Option B. Have the data acquisition devices publish data to Cloud Pub Sub. Option C. Establish a cloud interconnect between all remote data centers and cloud. Option D. Write a cloud data flow pipeline to aggregates all data in session windows. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a shipping company has live package tracking data that is sent to an Apache Kafka stream in real time. This is then loaded into BigQuery. Analysts in your company want to query the tracking data in BigQuery to analyze geospatial trends in the life cycle of a package. The table was originally created with ingest data partitioning. Over time, the query processing time has increased. You need to implement a change that would improve query performance in BigQuery. What should you do? Option A. Implement clustering in BigQuery on the ingest date column. Option B. Implement clustering in BigQuery on the package tracking ID column. Option C. Tier older data onto cloud storage files and leverage extended tables. Option D. Recreate the table using partitioning on the package delivery date. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is, you are designing a cloud-native historical data processing system to meet the following conditions. The data being analyzed is in CSV, Avro, and PDF formats and will be accessed by multiple analysis tools including Cloud Dataproc, BigQuery, and Compute Engine. A streaming data pipeline stores new data daily. Performance is not a factor in the solution. The solution design should maximize availability. How should you design data storage for this solution? Option A. Create a cloud dataproc cluster with high availability. Store the data in HDFS and perform analysis as needed. Option B. Store the data in BigQuery. Access the data using the BigQuery connector or Cloud Dataproc and Compute Engine. Option C. Store the data in a regional cloud storage bucket. Access the bucket directly using Cloud Dataproc, BigQuery, and Compute Engine. Option D. Store the data in a multiple regional cloud storage bucket. Multi-regional cloud storage bucket. Access the data directly using Cloud Dataproc, BigQuery, and Compute Engine. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hello everyone. Question is, you have a data pipeline with a cloud data flow job that aggregates and writes time series metrics to Cloud Bigtable. This data feeds a dashboard used by thousands of users across the organization. You need to support additional concurrent users and reduce the amount of time required to write the data. Which two actions should you take? Option A. Configure your cloud data flow pipeline to use local execution. Option B. Increase the maximum number of cloud data flow workers by setting max num workers in pipeline options. Option C. Increase the number of nodes in the cloud Bigtable cluster. Option D. Modify your cloud data flow pipeline to use the flattened transform before writing to cloud Bigtable. Option E. Modify your cloud data flow pipeline to use the co-group by key transform before writing to cloud Bigtable. Correct answer is option B and option C. Question is, you are implementing several batch jobs that must be executed on a schedule. These jobs have many interdependent steps that must be executed in a specific order. Portions of the jobs involve executing shell scripts, running Hadoop jobs, and running queries in BigQuery. The jobs are expected to run for many minutes up to several hours. If the steps fails, they must be retired a fixed number of times. Which service should you use to manage the execution of these jobs? Option A, Cloud Scheduler. Option B, Cloud Data Flow. Option C, Cloud Functions. Option D, Cloud Composer. Correct answer is option A. Question is, your team is working on a binary classification problem. You have trained a support vector machine SVM classifier with default parameters and received an area under the curve AUC of 0.87 on the validation set. You want to increase the AUC of the model. What should you do? Option A, perform hyperparameter tuning. Option B, train a classifier with deep neural networks because neural networks would always beat SVMs. Option C, deploy the model and measure the real-world AUC. It's always higher because of generalization. Option D, scale predictions you get out of the model. Tune a scaling factor as a hyperparameter in order to get the highest AUC. Correct answer is option A. Question is, you are designing a pipeline that publishes application events to a pub/sub topic. You need to aggregate events across early intervals before loading the results to BigQuery for analysis. Your solution must be scalable so it can process and load large volumes of events to BigQuery. What should you do? Option A, create a streaming data flow job to continually read from the pub/sub topic and perform the necessary aggregations using tumbling windows. Option B, schedule a batch data flow job to run early, pulling all available messages from the pub/sub topic and performing the necessary aggregations. Option C, schedule a cloud function to run early, pulling all avertable messages from the pub/sub topic and performing the necessary aggregations. Option D, create a cloud function to perform the necessary data processing that executes using the pub/sub trigger every time a new message is published to the topic. Correct answer is option A. Question is, you are building a data pipeline on Google Cloud. You need to prepare data using a casual method for a machine learning process. You want to support a logistic regression model. You also need to monitor and adjust for null values, which must remain real valued and cannot be removed. What should you do? Option A, use Cloud Data Prep to find null values in sample source data. Convert all nulls to none using a Cloud Data Proc job. Option B, use Cloud Data Prep to find null values in sample source data. Convert all nulls to 0 using a Cloud Data Prep job. Option C, use Cloud Data Flow to find null values in sample source data. Convert all nulls to none using a Cloud Data Prep job. Option D, use Cloud Data Flow to find null values in sample source data. Convert all nulls to using a custom script. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.